Even though many men have no idea how to behave around women, there is still a rare breed of men who do things differently. These men are known as Sigma males, and they are often misunderstood in contemporary society. Unlike the more common alpha and beta males, Sigma males are private, confident, and independent, making them a unique and intriguing option for many women. They are frequently perceived as enigmatic and mysterious, not because they are trying to be, but simply because they do not need validation from others. Even though some men may not even realize what Sigma men are doing differently, women can instantly notice the difference. So what is this all about? How exactly do Sigma males act around women? They examine in private. Sigma men are great at observing and analyzing people, especially when it comes to the person they are talking to. They will quietly take in every detail of her body language, tone of voice, and even the words she chooses to say. This is not to judge or manipulate, but rather to understand who she really is, not just what she shows on the surface. They can tell if she's relaxed or tense, interested or bored, and will adjust their behavior accordingly. They don't stare in a creepy way, but rather inquisitive and attentive. Male Sigmas are also adept at interpreting female nonverbal cues, like as her gestures and facial expressions, which convey information without explicitly stating anything. All of these small observations are like puzzle pieces that come together in the Sigma's mind, helping him understand who she truly is on the inside beyond the image she may be projecting outwardly. He stays quiet and reflective during this analysis process, keeping it all inside instead of voicing every thought out loud. The Sigma band is always aware of where she looks and puts her focus, as it often shows what catches her interest or attention. Although some males agree with whatever she says, this is a common error that they do in an attempt to win her approval and satisfy her, making them look weak and ugly. While they always treat women with respect, Sigma men don't care about impressing them or winning their approval. So they have no problem saying no if they see any flaws in her logic or have a different viewpoint. They are also not rude or disrespectful to women, but they have a strong sense of self and won't compromise their values or desires just to please someone else. This makes Sigma men stand out as confident, assertive, and independent individuals, which is exactly what many women are looking for in a partner. What many girls look for in a man refusing to agree to everything does not imply being combative or contentious, but rather remaining loyal to oneself and refraining from changing into someone else in order to win over a lady. 3. They inquire about a small feature that they have noticed. Sigma men have a sharp eye for detail and notice details that others might miss. One example of this is noticing subtleties in a woman's behavior or appearance that most men wouldn't even notice. They will inquire about these details out of genuine curiosity, not to make a move or impress the woman. For example, they might inquire about the significance of a necklace the woman is wearing. Even while these tiny details, like the color of your nail polish, might seem unimportant, many women are amazed by this level of attention to detail. Some men worry about what questions to ask in order to avoid seeming dumb. Of course, this doesn't imply Sigma guys will inquire about everything. Rather, it only means that when something captures their interest, they won't be hesitant to express it. They don't give power to these ideas. They make advantage of the similarity attraction effect, which describes how people are drawn to those who have similar views, backgrounds, interests, and experiences in life. When speaking with women, Sigma guys take advantage of this by identifying shared ground right from the start. They can find common interests or viewpoints by probing carefully or watching for clues about the woman's values and interests. Show them off, forging an immediate connection and rapport that not only eases the woman's nerves but also fosters a feeling of familiarity and understanding between the two. The woman perceives the Sigma man as someone who simply gets her because they share important characteristics, which may spark a deeper connection and even attraction. This similarity attraction effect is not employed as a tactic or strategy but rather as an organic means of establishing connections with people. 5. When getting to know a lady, they never discuss other women. The male Sigmas give her their whole attention. In order to avoid being disrespectful or making her feel inferior to other women, they refrain from discussing their previous relationships or encounters with other women. Since the objective is to make her feel individually appreciated, the Sigma man also refrains from sharing stories or anecdotes about other women in his life, including ex-girlfriends, female acquaintances, and coworkers. He recognizes that nobody enjoys feeling like they're in competition with a man's past or being compared to other women. If you do this, she will feel under pressure to please you and compete with you, which will take her out of the present. Just think of how it would make you feel if she spoke about her past relationships or other males she's interested in. It would make you feel like an ordinary person, not one of a kind. Sigma men should attempt to stay away from this at all costs. 6. They don't make an excessive effort to be funny, fascinating, or cool. You know those guys who make an excessive effort to be cool by making jokes and flaunting all of their achievements? Although some men may need to continually amuse or impress a woman, Sigma men are not like other men in that they don't feel the need to constantly prove themselves or try to impress a woman with showy displays of humor or personality. Most women can readily see through these techniques and may get turned off. Sigma guys would never strive to be someone they're not, because they understand that being yourself is enough. Being comfortable in your own skin and not trying to be someone you're not is definitely more attractive than trying to put on a show. Sure, if you want to impress a fake princess, you must show them what they are attracted to, but when it comes to being perceived as attractive, they would never try to be someone they're not just for the sake of being seen as attractive. Unfortunately, this is how most men end up on their first date with a woman. She leaves thinking, I had fun, but I'm not sure if I want to see this guy again. They steer clear of corny compliments. When you're speaking with a lady who is worthy of your time, you don't have to put on an act. You can be yourself and yet fascinate her. Sigma men don't rely on corny compliments to win over women. Instead, they focus on things that are particular and unique to the woman they are talking to. Imagine being a woman and hearing the same lines from every guy trying to impress you every day. It would get old and boring pretty quickly, wouldn't it? They possess beauty or attractiveness. This is also what every other guy says. Sigma men take the time to notice and appreciate what makes her different. Instead of trying to impress her, just make sure she knows what makes her stand out to you. It could be as simple as the way she smiles or how passionate about her work, but whatever it is, a sincere and specific compliment will go much further than any generic line. 8. They always bring up something she mentioned. Do you know what's a surefire way to make someone think you're not paying attention? Forgetting a minor detail that matters greatly to women. That may matter a lot. Listening intently to her words and bringing it up later in conversation will set off the alarm. When she reveals specifics about her experiences or hobbies, Sigma guys pay close attention and take notes. Some guys don't care enough to remember the material, are preoccupied with what to say next, or have wandering thoughts. Sigma's mind functions like a sponge, soaking up whatever he believes would make her easier for him to comprehend. This process is totally natural for him, but it also shows how intricate his mind is. They don't give away too much information. We tend to share a lot about ourselves. When we like someone, it might be evident in our inquiries or banter. However, many guys are ignorant of this issue and may come out as demanding or eager for her attention if they tell her too soon. Guys are naturally private. They're very selective about what they choose to share and who they open up to. They don't play games or play with women's emotions, but they also don't wear their hearts on their sleeves. Instead, they set boundaries and only open up to people who have gained their trust and respect. This gives him an air of mystery and intrigue, which makes her want to know him more. While we may feel pressured to disclose every detail of our personal lives, the reality is that we have the right to keep some things private. By being more selective about what we share, we can protect our mental and emotional health, maintain a level of independence, and even leave some room for mystery in our relationships. However, for Sigma males, it's about upholding their integrity and showing self-respect in a world where oversharing has become the norm. Sigma men occasionally crack a subtle joke. They don't attempt. Instead, they have a light-hearted sense of humor that they use when the occasion calls for it. Occasionally cracking jokes with her as well reveals he employs humor to bring creativity and quick wit. 11. They allow her to speak without making an effort to outdo her, which makes the other person feel ignored or unimportant. This not only ends any chance of a meaningful conversation but also pushes the other person away. Although it's sometimes ignored, active listening is an essential ability in every discussion. It's easy to get caught up in discussing our own ideas and experiences that we forget the importance of listening to others. However, it's usually disregarded. It's simple to become so preoccupied with expressing our own ideas and experiences that we fail to see that the other person needs the same consideration and deference. Here, Sigma males have the advantage because they are good listeners, who don't feel the need to interrupt or minimize your stories. This makes her feel heard and validated, which increases the likelihood that she will open up and share even more with him. Therefore, rather than trying to outdo her, give her the spotlight and pay attention to what she has to say. They look each other in the eye with purpose. Since the beginning, men and women have been attempting to understand one another. We've seen many movies and read innumerable articles about understanding the opposite sex. But sometimes all it takes is maintaining eye contact. Researchers discovered that participants judged persons who made eye contact more appealing and trustworthy than those who avoided eye contact or only briefly stared at them. Their findings were published in the Journal of Research and Personality. Male sigmas do not avoid making eye contact, but they also do not look fixedly without blinking. A tight connection may be formed between two individuals by keeping sustained eye contact and avoiding glancing around the room. It also enables the sigma guy to read her eyes and pick up on any unsaid cues about her feelings. Making deliberate eye contact shows that he is fully focused on her at that particular moment. When done with ease and interest, it also conveys confidence and enthusiasm. If you enjoy the video, subscribe our channel.